I'm going to call the meeting to order. Chief Billingham, can I ask you to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Madam Secretary, could I ask you please to take roll?
Sandy Smith,
Present.
Scott Dorman,
Here.
Ryan Leahy,
Present.
Jeff Robbins,
Here.
John Smith.
Here.
I'm going to turn first to the first item on the agenda, which is the agenda, and ask, have you all had an opportunity to look at the agenda?
Yes.
Our lawyer, I believe, is on.
Ashley, I have Ashley.
Ashley, that's her. I have asked her to attend just because she put together or collected some of these HR firm proposals for us and has worked with some of these firms. So with your permission, I would like to move item 7B up to right up below item 4 on the agenda. So right after we approve the agenda, we would go right into discussing HR firm proposals. That is because Ashley's only available for a short period of time, 1, and 2, it makes sense to not have to pay her to wait a long period to be available to discuss it. Should we have any questions of her? Is everyone okay with that? Any-
Motion to approve the board or the agenda with the modification of moving the Ashley up below
HR.
the HR.
So the motion as stated is that we will be moving item 7B and it will become the new item 5 on the agenda. The motion to approve that is on the table. Can I have a second, please? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. So let's turn now to the HR firm proposals that were distributed to you for review. Have you all had an opportunity to review those? And I'm just going to open the floor for discussion about the 3 proposals. Anyone have any?
CPS seem to be the most comprehensive for sure. And they also seem to have the most experience with fire departments, police departments, people, organizations similar to what we are. Especially the people they named that working with us.
Yeah,
I would like to hear Ashley's presentation first.
Ashley, can you hear us?
I sure can.
Yeah, we can definitely. Can you please tell us about your experiences and our impression of the 3 firms that you sent us the proposals from? One of which was not really a proposal. It was like all they sent was an advertising sheet or something. So we're going to turn the floor over to you to maybe talk a little bit about what you know of these firms.
Sure. So I have the most experience with CPS HR. I've worked with them numerous times for various districts and also for various HR issues, including kind of unique programs like a Safe to Tell program, which is a methodology some of my clients use to help reporting, concerns, personnel concerns, safety concerns, workers' comp concerns, stuff like that. It kind of gives another avenue or methodology for employees to report various things in an anonymous way. I feel like their pricing is reasonable, but they're always highly responsive and professional. One of the main individuals at CPS HR, Deanna Hain, is someone who works with the Colorado Special District Pool quite a bit. And I've done presentations with her in the past at the conference for the Special District Association. I trust that she's able to handle the work that you guys, I think, need. The other two, Employers Council, that's the one where you got the essentially like a marketing pamphlet. They do have attorneys that are, very experienced in various areas. I would say it's more specialized. That I've worked with their attorneys, for instance, in certain union matters and investigations, stuff like that. I don't have any clients who specifically use their outside consulting HR services. However, it does look to me like they're probably the most cost effective. I'm just not entirely sure what level of response, that you guys would get. It would seem like it would be a little bit not fitting your needs at this point, but could potentially fit your needs in the future after you have some time to, update policies, etc. The last HR company, we do have a couple of clients that use them. I talked to one of their owners, Jenny Moorhead, and she was very responsive, very receptive, very knowledgeable. I think that they don't have quite as much experience in terms of working with special districts in HR, but I would feel comfortable recommending them as well. If I was to make a recommendation, it would be CPS HR. But I do think that Jenny's firm as well could do a good job.
Any questions for Ashley?
Actually, Ashley is the Employers Council one. Is that the Mountain States Employers Council that does the wage and benefit surveys?
Yeah, it is. It's the same.
Any other questions for Ashley?
No, thank you for putting in the work to do that, get that information for us.
Of course.
Any questions? Can we let Ashley go?
I
All right, Ashley, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you guys. Take care.
All right, can I hear your thoughts?
Well, I looked at all three of them. I really was impressed with the Safe to Tell program at the CPS HR. I haven't heard of that program before, and it looks like that's something that is would be very beneficial for any organization. Wasn't impressed with Mountain States Employer Councils. We're just giving us
A flyer.
a flyer, basically.
Yeah.
And it didn't show that they wanted business very well. The other Flex HR, I think it was a little complicated to try to determine what they were really gonna charge us at any different.
Well, and it
different
seemed to be
times.
so broad. I mean, it seemed to me anyway that CPS really tried to tailor it to what they heard we needed.
Yeah.
And since all three heard what we needed and only one really tailored their proposal to those things, theirs made the most sense. And I think we've been looking at this organization for a while, even before any of us came on board as well. So any other?
I just want to echo Cindy. Let's say, they talked about the role and benefits programs, and that's not.
Right.
CPS to tailor.
So are we in agreement that we would like to work with CPS HR in order to sort of get a program set up with them that suits our specific needs, in keeping with how we've decided we're going to try to split HR up between Erica and the firm? Does that make sense? All right, could I have a motion to that effect, please?
I'll move that we engage
CPS,
CPS
HR.
as HL for specifically
May I have a second to that motion, please?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. I'm gonna apologize in advance for my voice. If you can't hear me, I will try to yell, but it's likely to just make matters worse, so. I'm gonna try to just keep it this tone level if you can hear me. Next, public comment. Do you have any public comment? Yes, sir.
I'm Josh Leeds, Estes Valley resident and a homeowner. I'm here today to ask for some more transparency regarding the fire chief's paid administrative leave. And the subsequent hiring of 2 interim co-chiefs with raises. This situation means taxpayers, including myself, are paying for 3 salaries for 1 job with no public explanation. I understand the need for privacy, however, I personally would like to know why this is happening and the true financial impact. I urge the board to provide this information. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right. Next item is to look at the minutes, approval of the minutes. Have you all had an opportunity to review the minutes? Do you have any issues you want to discuss with respect to the minutes? Any questions, comments, concerns, changes? Yeah, I have a motion, please, to approve the minutes of the board meeting of June 30, 2025.
I move to approve the minutes from June 30th.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. So turning now to the items of business, financial matters, can we just hear your brief, these mid-month meetings for everybody's information, although I'm sure most of you know this, are a little bit shorter because we do the detailed financial issues and the detailed chief reports at the last meeting of the month, the end of the month. So these will be a little bit briefer, but we are meeting twice a month now instead of once a month as we go through this rather challenging time. So the mid-month meeting will have a little less detail. So
We transferred 100,000 from savings to checking so that we could pay the bills, and then I've just been going through all the invoices individually and familiarizing myself with them. Communicate with Eric if I have any questions, and everything's been approved so far. It's like all bills are paid.
does anyone have any questions regarding Ryan's work or summary? All right, so we're gonna move on to the next item, which is the pay and benefits. At the time that this agenda was published, we had 2 acting chiefs, Chiefs Dillingham and Sutherland. We have accepted Chief Dillingham's decision to step down from the interim chief role, and we thank you, sir, for your service between June 23rd and July 11th. And we're much appreciative of Chief Sutherland's working hard to assume full responsibility for the interim chief position as we navigate this difficult time. And we thank you very much for that. So the subcommittee was going to bring back a recommendation related to how we should increase the pay of the 2 interim chiefs. And there is now 1, so I'm going to turn it over to that subcommittee to discuss their recommendation, then we can open it for discussion. It's John and Jeff.
So our recommendation was to take $2,000 and split it between the 2. We were going to give $1,200 to Chief Dillingham and $800 to Chief Sutherland. And I think the recommendation that we are making now is that we prorate that $1,200 and $800 for the time that Dillingham served. And then the full amount goes to Sutherland from whatever date on Friday. From Friday.
The resignation took effect on, or the stepping down took effect on Friday, so I guess it would start today. Well, no, it would start as of the end of the day, Friday, right?
Just be clear, it's not a change in salary.
Right.
It's a bonus.
It's a bonus,
A monthly bonus,
a monthly pay
monthly.
check,
Yes.
yes, monthly bonus.
Just want to make that. Since we're- Yeah, so it's gonna be 1,200 to him and 800 to her.
Yes, but it
a
won't
month-
actually be 1,200.
a month per
Yeah,
pay.
per month, but it'll
Per
be
month.
prorated to Chief Dillingham for the period, it's a 2.5 week-ish period that he served, and then going forward now with one interim chief, what is your proposal for that?
To give the full 2,000
To full 2,000
per
to-
month to Chief Southern.
So why don't I open that for discussion as that recommendation for discussion? Does anyone have any questions, concerns, comments?
The only question I have is that it is quite a bit of money. You know, and how long does it last, this position? I understand that added responsibility, but I think she's still gonna. Sutherland's still gonna be, relying on, Chief Dillingham and Chief Lankhammer and other people for assistance.
Yeah, as a full-time chief would, as any chief.
Well, Not exactly, because a regular chief would have a lot more experience in doing that. So there's gonna be that little bit of understanding that not being negative toward you. I'm just saying that, you know, I think it's, I'm not sure it moves up to that point to where it's would be a chief's position that would get the whole 2,000. I would recommend that it go down to like 15. So
And so what, did you guys factor in what we paid, the last time we had an interim chief? or-
So the last time we paid for intern chief, I think the total amount was $3,000 between the three. positions.
3,000 per
Yeah,
month?
between three people that were running. Correct, is that right, Erica? 3 people were running before.
Correct, and it was 1,000 to each.
So there were 3 interim chiefs basically, and so it was 1,000 to each.
Yeah.
So,
I think I tend to agree with Scott on this one. I think that the lack of experience in this position. Maybe we should lower that to maybe 1,500. What do you think, Jeff? I mean, she has taken on a lot more responsibility, but she is still depending on
depending on.
a lot more on other people than a normal chief would.
Right.
I agree with that. if
Yeah.
it's true.
What's that?
I agree with that if it's true, and I have to take Scott's.
Yeah.
Experience and say that's true, when to you, Stacy, is that how it's gonna be?
Do you feel like you're gonna have to depend a lot on Chief Dillingham and others in order to
I
serve as
will-
interim chief?
Absolutely be depending on the experience of my fellow staff members and fellow chiefs, yes.
I think rather than giving Stacy all of it to give her 1,500 is fair. I think, she's still gonna take on what she's comfortable with, and then there's probably gonna a few other things that'll be. But,
Yeah, I think it's fair too. I will state my opinion, even though I don't want to influence it, but I feel like you all had a chance to, yeah, I think, we were gonna pay him, Chief Dillingham 1,200 and Stacy 800, Chief Sutherland's 800. So consolidating it all into one person, I'm not sure that makes sense since they were sharing that burden. I think 1,500 makes sense, especially since Chief Dillingham is still gonna be doing a lot of that same work anyway, because he does that as part of his normal job. So I think that makes sense as well. So maybe Scott, could I get you to make that motion? Because I need you to make the prorated part and the,
well, let's see what I can do here.
okay,
I'll make a
I can
motion.
restate it if I have to.
I would make a motion, first of all, to prorate for the time that Chief Dillingham spent for the what was it, Chief? $1,200, I'll prorate that for it, to match the time that he was a co-chief, and $800 that the Chief Sutherland was a co-chief. And then moving forward to make the payment to Chief Sutherland for $1,500 a month bonus.
Okay, I'm gonna try to restate it. You can tell me if I'm correct. The motion is that interim chiefs Dillingham and Sutherland will be paid $1,200 in the case of Chief Dillingham, $800 in the case of Chief Sutherland as a bonus that is prorated for the period between June 23 and July 11, 2025. That moving forward from July 11, there will be a single interim chief, Chief Sutherland, and Chief Sutherland's monthly bonus will be $1,500. That's the proposal on the table. May I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. All right, Chief Sutherland. We would like to hear your report, please.
Of course. So just in the last couple of weeks since our last meeting, we did have our monthly staff meeting where we all get together and discuss what's going on with each person individually and how we can support each other. Chiefs Dillingham, Langhammer, Getz, and myself attended a debrief for the 4th of July event with Chief of Police, the Rec District, EMS coordinator, and dispatch, and kind of went over some pros and cons of the event because we did change quite a few things this year, and determined that it was an incredibly successful event this year. Things went a lot smoother, but there are some obvious things that we can address and change for next year. So that was a great time for us to discuss that event. We have begun to look at our policies and guidelines as they've not been updated in quite some time. And so we're starting the process of reviewing some of those policies to see if any changes need to be made. So you may see some policies in the coming board meetings. I know I have one for the next board meeting for our peer support policy that has been updated. Let's see, things continue to transition smoothly with our new financial firm. We have started getting our paychecks from them, and so new pay stubs and everything have been going on. So that's been going really well, and we'll continue to work well with them. And the other chiefs reports will be given at the next board meeting.
Are you in the process of setting up meetings with all of the division chiefs just so that you can get a handle on everything that's going on?
Yeah, we are constantly in communication. We meet daily in the mornings just to kind of go over needs and what I can do to continue to support them in their roles as well. So,
Okay, and I'm sure I speak for every board member here that we are here and available to you any time of day or night that you need to talk or you need to ask questions or, you know, you want to run an idea by us or something like that. We are here to support you during this time.
thank you, appreciate it.
Any questions for Chief Sutherland? As I mentioned, we probably don't have any, but I'll run through the administrative division. Do we have any report we want to make? I'll just turn to Erica for that, since she's sort of since you're the chief of staff, you might have some sense of whether or not there's anything that needs to come to her that way.
Not
What about
prepared to present anything at this meeting?
What about prevention?
No, we were waiting for the second meeting of the month to give a monthly update. That's what we were told last meeting.
And then operations, I assume, is the same, training is the same. So station and apparatus is the same, and volunteer captain report, nothing
No, it's good.
to report, okay. In terms of special working and subcommittee reports, fire mitigation and 1A, do you guys have anything to report in to us on that?
We have not, we met with the chief the one time and moving forward, we're looking forward to getting together with Chief Sutherland and Canberra to continue that discussion. Unless Jeff has something more.
Yeah, no, that's the next thing that needs to happen.
Any questions for Ryan or Jeff on the mitigation subcommittee? EAP, we have really not had a chance to do anything. The two of us are on that committee. You know, obviously as things start to settle down, hopefully we'll have an opportunity to get more involved in that. John and I are the subcommittee on the personnel issue. That relates to our comment today. We cannot comment in any way, shape, or form on the investigation. And I can tell you that as the committee, we are in touch with council, we work with council. We are not apprised of the details and cannot be. But we are in communication and constant communication with council with respect to that investigation. And I cannot tell you how long it'll take. And I'm sorry to say that. Any questions from the board for us? All right, I think I went through the reports. Did I miss any? Because I missed something last time when I didn't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so unfinished and old business with respect to the 2025 strategic plan. We were working on setting up a work session of the board to discuss that. Obviously, that needs to involve our chief. Right now, does not seem to be the appropriate time to attempt to make progress on that until things are resolved. So we are, unless anybody has any other ideas, I think we're tabling that until these things are resolved.
I think that's a good.
I agree.
All right, so it will probably just drop off the old business list until this is resolved, and we can then bring it back to life as it needs to be, because it's very, very important that we do it. It's just we can't do it right now. All right, so as to the discussion we had at our last meeting regarding the joint town fire district board working meeting, the only thing to report there is that meeting is going to take place tomorrow at 3 p.m. at Town Hall. There has been an agenda prepared and materials have been distributed, and we will be participating in that meeting as a full board at Town Hall. I'm sorry, I cannot talk, in Town Hall tomorrow. Any questions, comments? And then we also, in our last meeting, agreed to set up a work session related to the Colorado Wildfire Resiliency Code.